So before I start my cardio stories, I just want to kind of move on with my analogy a little bit, one step further, and talk about, if you're going to be working for something, working for a company, you have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to go to work and have that passion and be willing to get up every single day in order to go and have that as your income. Now, if what you're doing doesn't make you happy, then you got to shut her down and find something that does make you happy. So for me, like I said I'm going to say on my cardio, during my cardio stories, is that I was an iron worker. And I enjoyed being that tough guy. I enjoyed being the guy who was rough on the edges and swore and spit for a little while, you know what I mean? That's the role that I wanted to play, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed working hard, and that's what developed my character. So I just want to give you the flip coin analogy of my argument, is that you need to also have a balance in life and figure out what makes you happy and follow that road. Cheers. Gentlemen, so doing a little bit more cardio stories for you guys. Contest prep season is not quite underway, but I would say I have this off-season non-cardio rust pretty much stripped off, and I'm just going to keep on pushing forward here. I'm going to share with you guys some work experience. Let me just give you some insight on how I developed as a man and what I feel are very strong qualities of leadership. The first company that I worked for, well, actually there's two companies that follow under the same category, and then another company that follows under another category. Let's start with the negative quality company that I worked for. The father was about to retire, and he had passed on the leadership position to his sons. Now, while you're working, there's a lot of shop talk and a lot of guys talking, so you get an idea of the kind of the camaraderie that's going on within that organization. And I can tell you that the workers were a lot more disgruntled to work with under that organization, because the owner's sons didn't work alongside the men. They just wanted to push, tell people what to do, and they were expected to get respect out of that. Now, the other two companies, I remember in Edmonton, when I first started, I was sitting at lunch, and this man that owned the company was 65 years old. He was carrying steel up a vertical ladder at lunchtime so that we could have bars to put in when lunch came off, so his men would continue working and being productive. Now you look at that man who is showing you how it's done, how to put in work, how to be a man. That gets respect. So when I'm getting told, hurry, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. You know why I can do it? Because the man who's pushing orders would do the same thing to himself. And that's about respect. Same thing with the other company that follows under the same category. His two sons are right there alongside you, carrying those bars, heavy ass bars. Come home from work feeling like there's tractor tread marks on your shoulders all day, putting in 2 tons of steel. You know what I'm saying? So how can you expect to give direction if you're not going to work alongside the men and get that respect and camaraderie that's going to be needed to be barking orders and have them respect you? That's my little blurb on leadership, and sometimes I get my voice a little bit more vocal because, I used to go by Odie back in the day, as a laborer. Now I'm an engineer, Mr. Aladele Akano. So, that's all I got to say. You guys keep pushing forward. And remember that if you're going to have people look up to you, you're going to have to make sure that what you say is what you will do and be able to expect yourself to be able to do. Otherwise, those people looking up to you might second guess what you're saying. You guys have a good week. Cheers.